Well, yeah, accusations and counter-accusations. Well, this window, you just may find yourself hearing a lot more of some of those. But to interrogate some of those today, let's see how much of that we can take. Let's start from Abuja. Markwe?
Yeah, member of the APC Campaign Council and Director General.
I have with me in the studio Senator Ita Enang, who is Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly Matters and also a member of the APC Presidential Campaign Council. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you very much, and good morning, Nigerians.
Good morning. Well, it's been a time of say your own, I say my own, for lack of a better phrase to use there. And the APC has been speaking very strongly on what they believe happened prior to the elections being postponed and what happened. You heard right there, the national chairman of the APC, Adams Oshomole, saying that INEC knew that they were not going to do the elections on Saturday, and information had leaked to the PDP, or they had shared the information with the PDP. He's also said that in your own home state, he's not sure that the people will have confidence in the electoral body to be able to conduct free and fair elections. I think Senator Godswill Akpabio also came out to say as much, that they do not have confidence in the REC to be able to conduct free and fair elections in the state. Can you tell us what the genesis of this is about?
I think the genesis of this was the level of what appeared to be compromise and what appeared to be unholy alliance between the government of Akwa Ibom State and the Independent National Electoral Commission, particularly the commissioner in the state. But as of today, what we've decided to do as a party, APC campaigning in the state and working to win the election, is to work and have confidence that we will win the election. Peculiarly or providentially, I am the special advisor to the President of the National Assembly, and I worked on the screening and clearing of the national and the independent and the resident electoral commissioners. And at this stage, I will not be able, at this moment, to castigate these appointees, particularly at this moment. Yesterday, the national chairman of INEC stated pointedly that our comments and our actions should be able to calm the polity and allow people to go and vote. For now, it's 3 days to the elections, and it is time for us to work and go towards winning the elections. And APC is confident in Akwa Ibom State and in the whole country that even if it is Secondus, the national chairman of PDP, that is the Independent National Electoral Commissioner in Akwa Ibom State, APC will win. We have the men on ground, and we have the number of voters, and we only were concerned about the security situation because, as it were, on the Friday and Saturday, the APC was very prepared for the election, while the PDP did everything to disrupt the election because they went to part of Cross River, the Enyong area, the Calabar South. They went to Bayelsa State, a lot of river states which are not engaged in elections, and imported all manner of men to Akwa Ibom and stationed them in respective and strategic places to make sure that they scare people.
Which state that was not involved in the elections?
Bayelsa State doesn't. No.
Bayelsa has to do presidential elections.
Yes, Bayelsa has presidential elections to do.
Yes.
Now, and they are not very much engaged. And it's what hits the polity more. It's not much of the presidential. It is the gubernatorial. Bayelsa doesn't have gubernatorial election to run. Rivers doesn't have, and the fringes of Cross River.
Rivers has a governorship election.
Rivers has governorship election, but there is still disputations as to APC's participation or the participation of other all political parties. So there are men which they consider free, and they went to import these persons to come and cause mayhem in the state, to threaten people and scare them from coming out to vote. But I think we are doing everything. I think that the police and other security agencies will be on top of the situation, and with the directive of Mr. President that they should be very active and persons should just prepare to go and vote and not make trouble. I think that all will be well and we will win the elections.
Well, you seem to be singing a new song, even though I'd like to, explore, because you said something about rivers, but let us leave that on the corner. You seem to be singing a new song in the sense that, your party is threatening. They've gone to the extent of threatening to boycott the elections if INEC doesn't change the recs in Abia State and also in Akwa Ibom State. Yet you say even if the national chairman of the PDP were the rec in Akwa Ibom, you're very sure, you're very confident.
We're confident we win the election because it is difficult for us to see. It is difficult from all intelligence and from every what appears that the National Office of the Commission, well, we're just confident we will not be working on individuals. We will not be concentrating on the man. We will be concentrating on the ball, which is the elections. Because we've done, the party at the national level has stated its position. The party at the state level has stated its position. Today is 20th. The election is on the 23rd. And not much seems to be happening in terms of response. So we just have to go in prepared for the election because we have the voters and the other people have...
and I don't want you to castigate. I mean, this is not about personal attacks. I mean, I don't want you to castigate the rec of... You have said you're not going to do that.
Yeah.
However, I want to know if you agree with your party on the basis upon which they have decided to take out even newspaper advertorials.
Yes, I agree with my party. I definitely agree with my party.
The recs of Abia.
Yes, I definitely agree with the position of my party.
But where we are... You haven't quite said what has led to this. Because your party is accusing him of, working in cahoots with the PDP. Some people will say, how? How is that possible?
Well, for now, we are moving on. I stand by the position of my party. But it's 3 days to election. We will not concentrate on the man. We will concentrate on the ball, which is the elections. It is not a new song. It is where you find yourself, make the best use of the situation. So we are stacking up our men. We are preparing for elections.
Despite the threat to the national body that you're going to boycott the elections?
Where we are now is that we are going for the elections and we are not 3 days to election. We are going for elections and we are prepared for the elections.
In other words, you're confident that, you're confident in the electoral body to be able to conduct free and fair elections.
We are confident in the voters that we will go out and win the elections. That's all I would want to say.
The voters must have confidence that their votes will count.
Thank you very much.
And if you have confidence in the voters to vote for you, then they in turn must have confidence in the electoral body. If your party is singing the song that they do not have confidence in the electoral body in your state, how can you then, say that you're confident that you're going to win anyway? Do you have any other plans?
I know that the resident electoral commissioner is a commissioner, yeah, but the results will be collected from the field. We had problem with the recruitment of the INEC staff. But as of today, from all we understand, the electoral body at the national level, for every state, recruits federal officers and sends them and to every state and approves them at every state. Now, we'll have to work with this as the best of situations.
I'm sorry, come again. You say that the federal
INEC at the federal level
employs ad hoc?
No. Approves certain level of the officers at collation stage or something, and the INEC at the local level recruits certain level of the ad hoc staff.
Okay.
Now, as of today, one, we are not going to boycott the election. Two, we are going into the elections with every confidence that we will win and we will overcome every obstacle that is placed on the way by the government of Akwa Ibom State and by the People's Democratic Party.
Let's go to Lagos now. Chamberlain.
Well, yes, we've got Ini Ememerong, who is the publicity secretary of PDP in Akwa Ibom State here this morning. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you, Chamberlain. Good morning.
Well, you heard the senator saying that the INEC, the REC in Akwa Ibom, is working in cahoots with your party. Is this the case?
That's absolutely false. And we've said to everyone who's made that allegation that we need even a strand of evidence, and that strand of evidence hasn't come from anybody. But you see, people, the mirror principle is that you seem to see others from the mirror of yourself. And the distinguished senator forgot to state that the rec in Bayelsa was his former personal assistant, and up until his nomination as rec, was a member of the APC. So maybe they think that because people will have precedents, people will become rec, will have precedents. There would have been something else. Mike Igini has no precedence of any alliance with the PDP before now, and he doesn't have now. The other day, someone said that Mike Igini called a meeting of civil society organizations and said they should support the PDP. And we said, where is the evidence? Mike Igini has a tested integrity that no one can assail. And therefore, but what he has forgotten to say, which is why the change of position is that, at the South-South rally in Uyo, Senator Godswill Akpabio went to the podium and promised the president that he will conclude elections in 3 hours. The only obstacle to the completion of elections in 3 hours in Akwa Ibom is Mike Igini, and which is why haven't changed. We're having a shuffling of security. We've had several uncountable numbers, if you remember the last time I was here, of commissioners of police, all to aid them win elections. Now, we had a CP who then we had insisted was very partisan, used to hold meetings with them, CP Kimo. He became AIG and they posted him back to Zone 6 to supervise elections to superintend over Zone 6 in Calabar. But guess what? From Wednesday of last week, he relocated to Akwa Ibom. Out of all the states in his jurisdiction, relocated to Akwa Ibom.